Hello everyone, welcome to our weekly Bitcoin and Ethereum update. In this video, we will unpack the latest news and charts to give you insights into what's happening right now and what it all could mean for your portfolio moving forward. Let's get started. Last Tuesday, April 23rd, Jack Dorsey, the CEO of Block, announced that they're building a mining rig. What Jack Dorsey is trying to do is to improve the decentralization of the Bitcoin blockchain by allowing people like you and I to buy Bitcoin miners and just plug them into the internet and start mining. This is very good because it will only improve the security of the blockchain in the future. This buy Bitcoin sign just got bought by $1 million at auction. Now, in 2017, Bitcoin's price was about $2,500. We are right now at $63,000. Crypto app Strike launches Bitcoin services across Europe. This is important because an increasing number of companies will now be able to accept Bitcoin and receive the money from the customer as US dollars or euros. This just increases the number of companies that are adopting crypto and the number of people that now will be able to buy and sell things with cryptocurrencies. The FBI issues a public service announcement basically warning all Americans to be careful as to which app they are using right now to buy and trade cryptocurrencies. What they are saying is that if that app is not using a KYC information or is not complying with anti-money laundering laws, that the company is at risk of being investigated. My recommendation is to only use applications that do comply with anti-money laundering requirements and have KYC like Coinbase. I personally have all my cryptocurrency holdings in Coinbase. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart. Now, this is the Bitcoin chart on a regular scale. What I like to do with any kind of chart analysis is to change the scale to logarithmic and then zoom out to see at least 5 to 10 years. Once I see at least 5 to 10 years in the chart, I like to build a long-term trend line with two major support points. What do we see here is that we have one major touch point, one major support, and in 2022 with the FTX collapse, Bitcoin broke support and now became resistance. Now let's measure for how many days we were within the consolidation pattern in this last one. 63 days. So how long have we been in this one from the past month? We've been in a consolidation pattern for 50 days. What if we repeat the same pattern as the last one? 63 days would take us to Monday, May 6th. I personally think that on May 6th or a few days after, we will break out of this consolidation channel and break above $80,000. Now, if you ask me for my long-term price target for this Bitcoin bull run, what I like to do is measure the amount of time that it takes to go from one major top to the next major top. So this one took 1,428 days. Let's measure another 1,428 days into the future from this last pick. This would basically take us to a price target of $153,000 per Bitcoin. Now, it doesn't matter if in the short term we are above or below 20% the long-term trend line. What I'm looking at doing is buying Bitcoin today and maybe selling close to October of 2025, and this will probably take a return on your money of ×2 or ×3. The SEC delays making a decision on spot Ethereum ETF proposals from Franklin Templeton. The SEC basically pushed the deadline by about a month on making a decision to approve or disapprove the ETFs. It's doing basically the same thing that the SEC was doing with Bitcoin ETFs a few months back. Ultimately, I expect Ethereum ETFs to be approved sometime this year. The SEC served consensus with a Wells notice and alleged MetaMask is operating as an unlicensed broker-dealer. Consensus is the company that built MetaMask. MetaMask is this crypto wallet that does not have KYC. MetaMask webpage says that they do not have KYC for customers. The very same day that they received the Wells notice for MetaMask, Consensus filed a lawsuit against SEC. This lawsuit would basically force the hand of the SEC to issue an official opinion if Ethereum is a commodity or a security. Everything points towards Ethereum being a commodity. Now, there's this really good video created by the Coin Bureau where they go into further detail to review all the criteria to see if Ethereum is a commodity or a security. I will leave the link in the description below. If the SEC issues the opinion that Ethereum is officially a commodity, the ETF's approval will definitely come shortly after, increasing the inflows into Ethereum and pushing the price even higher. BlackRock announced the launch of the first tokenized fund on Ethereum blockchain that integrates cryptocurrency mechanisms with traditional finance, providing a bridge between the two worlds. Now, the fund's strategy is to allocate 100% of its assets to cash, short-term US Treasury bills, and overnight repo agreements. The fund will target a monthly interest distribution through a rebase mechanism. The monthly distributions will basically be airdropped into the customer's wallet on a daily basis. Additionally, using this Ethereum base will allow this fund to trade 24/7, 365 days a year. This is pretty groundbreaking because it's the first of its kind of investing on traditional finance instruments with Ethereum's blockchain. According to Cathie Wood, holding 6 Ethereums could make you a millionaire. Cathie Wood's price target for Ethereum by 2032 is $166,000 per coin. Now let's take a look at Ethereum's charts to see if what Cathie Wood is forecasting makes sense. Remember that the first step to analyze any kind of chart is to change it to logarithmic scale. Now let's zoom out to see at least 10 years as a target. Let's draw a trend line with 2 major support points. Now let's move this chart all the way to the left to see the year 2032 and see if this major long-term trend line is close to what Cathie Wood is saying. Effectively, January of 2032 shows a target of 168 with our forecasting method. Personally, this is too many years into the future to have a specific target, but let's see if we can come up with a target for this next bull run. Let's see how long it took from the major peak in 2018 to the last peak of the last cycle. It's 1,400 days. Now let's measure another 1,407 days into the future. And this major trend line shows a price target of at least 9,500. I do believe we will get something higher than 10,000 by the middle of 2025. Now let's see if we can take a closer or better estimate. The major peak in January of 2018 was about almost 9,000% above the trend line. Let's see what the last one did on 2022. 1,000. So from a 9,000 to a 900, let's say, let's divide by 10. So we may be targeting something close to 100% to 90%. Let's go a little bit conservative and do a 90% above the trend line by middle of next year. What would our price target be at 90%? That would be a price target of 17,500. My personal range would be between $10,000 to $15,000 per Ethereum by the summer of 2025. I personally believe that we're in the middle of a bull market for both Bitcoin and Ethereum, and we should be fully invested. I am personally more overweight Ethereum than Bitcoin. Remember that everything I said in this video is a personal opinion and not financial advice.